Hey man, how are you?
I said, good in you.
Great man. It's good to have a beautiful weekend, sunny, and it's also a great time to talk about the cricket. Let's start on a controversial note. New Zealand's cancellation of the Pakistan tour at the last minute. Your thoughts?
It came at a shock, eh? It really came at a shock for me personally because I expected it to go ahead because, I mean, if you look at the previous teams that have toured Pakistan, they've had no issues with security concerns. I mean, Sri Lanka have been there 2 years ago, and then, the Proteas went there earlier this year, and the security was top notch,
Hmm.
Both teams were well taken care of, and I would think that the same sort of treatment would have been given to the New Zealand side. But
Hmm.
disappointing for cricket, I feel. At the last minute to obviously
Hmm.
cancel a tour, and then the prime minister got involved, and then she's obviously contacted the Pakistani prime minister Imran Khan, former captain,
Uh,
about the situation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe what Pakistan could have done is that they could have maybe asked New Zealand about having it maybe in Sri Lanka because the distance between the two countries isn't that much. They could have probably hosted it there.
Possibly, and even Bangladesh as well. I mean, it wouldn't have been such a bad idea, or even UAE. But
No,
I'm
no, no,
thinking of
no,
the
no, not
UAE now.
not
I mean, you've got
UAE.
the IPL.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
couldn't have
you
done
wouldn't,
it in UAE.
that wouldn't have obviously taken place. But me personally, I mean, I understand the situation. I know New Zealand. They obviously were obviously concerned about maybe something that they've noticed, or the
Hmm.
security personnel have
Hmm.
observed. But uh, I personally feel that it would have went on. I mean, cricket is the loser here at the end of the day. I mean, the
Yeah.
fans and broadcasting and stuff. And look, we would have had some cricket yesterday. It would have been an exciting game between two very exciting teams, and I was looking forward to it because, I mean, it's good to see cricket back in Pakistan.
Hmm.
And I mean, you want the best opposition to obviously tour there, and New Zealand
Hmm.
are one of the best, in the game, and a little bit disappointing. And look, Ramiz Raja is furious as the PCB chairman, and obviously he's going to take it further with the ICC.
Yeah, I
And
don't blame him.
Ramiz is a smart guy, and obviously he will put forward his reasons. And let's see what happens. But I feel it's going to get quite heated at the ICC with regards to both uh, cricket boards, because I think the relationship was quite good leading up to the series, but now it's been boiled over by what has happened, what has transpired.
Yeah, I think New Zealand could have been a bit more flexible. I mean, they could have also come up with a solution with Pakistan, not just take the easy way out, just cancel and all that. Fine, I get the security, but they could have asked Pakistan, do you mind hosting it in another country like maybe Sri Lanka instead of just giving up. Feels a bit, I
Yeah,
don't know, it
absolutely.
doesn't
And
feel
I
right.
feel, I mean, we had the situation in India this year. I mean, with the COVID stuff, and that is why the IPL and and the
Yeah,
T20 World Cup to be in the UAE. But look, I would think the UAE would have been the most suitable situation if
yeah.
these tournaments were
Naturally,
not. And look, I don't see any reason why this series can't be rescheduled for a later date. But I just feel Ramiz is furious at the moment with what has happened, and I don't
yeah.
think he really wants to be in that situation where he wants to bargain with the New Zealand Cricket Board at the moment. And tempers are quite high at the moment, so we got to wait for it to boil down a bit, let it get a little bit cooler, and
Yeah.
then negotiations start again. But yeah, in general, for cricket wise, I think it was disappointing, really disappointing.
Yeah, and also the financial implications. So I think New Zealand might have to cough out
Look,
some dough. Who knows?
TV rights is huge, and I mean, for
Yeah,
Pakistan, cricket mad nation. I mean, that is going to be
yeah.
huge revenue lost. I mean, I'm sure every single household in Pakistan would have been glued to that, just to that
Yeah.
match. And that's a disappointing repercussion of what we have here. But look, New Zealand have been quite stubborn when it comes to these, situations, and we can understand some reasoning behind it. I mean, we all know what transpired in 2019 in Christchurch, and that was a shock to the entire world. We don't want to go too much into detail about it, but yeah, I mean, it was a difficult time for the people of Christchurch, and I think they were probably, I don't know, maybe anticipating something that in terms of a security concern. But me personally, I think the Pakistanis would have probably got the best security possible, and I'm sorry, the New Zealand side would have got the best security possible, and the Proteas obviously tour there, and it's quite a safe country. By what they've, I mean, the facilities and the hotel that they lived, that they obviously lived in during that tour, it was safe, and the facilities were excellent, and I think the same sort of treatment would have been given to this New Zealand side, and player security is obviously the main concern here, and he's a smart guy. I'm saying he wouldn't have he wouldn't have taken any shortcuts. He would have probably he would have done his best to ensure this tour would have went on. And yeah, a little bit feel disappointed for the PCB, for the fans. And Ramesh is a nice guy. He's we've seen him in commentating and stuff. So he's a cricketing guy, and I think he'd be disappointed more than most. So yeah, cricket is the biggest loser here at the end of the day.
Okay, so let's get on to a more happier topic now. Is us, South Africa, winning against Sri Lanka 3-0 in the T20s. I honestly didn't expect this result. I honestly thought Sri Lanka were going to win the series because it's, spin friendly and all that. And Quinton de Kock is in great form. Deserved man of the match, deserved man of the series. Your thoughts?
Emphatic. And the Proteas needed this, leading up to the World Cup. They needed this confidence booster. It's a big confidence booster. And I mean, Quinny's been hitting the ball quite well the entire series. He's been middling it. And I was impressed with Risa as well towards the end. I thought he played beautifully. But the most impressive thing is the spin bowling in this series. I mean, Shamsi has been sensational, and he's just going from strength to strength as a bowler. And I would think he's probably the most improved bowler in international cricket at the moment. I mean, from what he was, I'd say 3-4 seasons ago, and living in the twilight of Tahir, and he's become the Tahir of he's become the solution to Tahir now for the Proteas. I mean, he's a wicket taker, and he can drive the runs, and it's exciting times. And I was very impressed with the captaincy of Keshav as well in the series. I thought he really backed his spinners. And especially a guy like Markram, who's associated as being sort of a part-time bowler. And I thought he bowled beautifully in this series, especially that second game where he took I think he took a 3-4 or something like that. So as a bowling unit, the Proteas were ruthless. And I thought it was a ruthless performance from them in the entire series, really strangling this Sri Lankan batting lineup and winning quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, Mark Boucher had mentioned in an article that he was quite impressed that the side really did well, even in a dead rubber. So that's quite good. And as much as I'm happy that we won the series 3-0, I don't know how much to really look into it in a big way because the Sri Lankan side is quite bad. I've never really seen the Sri Lankan side so weak, capitulating like this. I honestly thought they would have given a better account of themselves, at least in the final ODI. But it's good for us. I mean, hopefully, I think after this win, we should be definitely one of the, I wouldn't say contenders, but like one of those CIs definitely not to write off. I would say write us off at their payroll, and then hopefully we can win that way. Because we always were like going into tournaments as favorites. Now we can like win under the radar, and then may not be a bad thing actually. We've always been like in the past favorites, and then we've choked. Now we're not favorites, therefore it will work to our advantage. Who knows?
Yeah, look. getting back to Sri Lanka, I mean, they don't push over
Oh,
at the end of the
can you
day
hear
as
me?
well. I mean, let's remember this. This Sri Lanka team was the team that won the ODI series, and this team also beat India, albeit the Indian B side, which is still a good side. A few months ago
Hmm.
in the T20 as well. So, I mean,
Hmm.
they know pushovers, and I guess at the end of the day, you can only beat the team that's in front of you. And
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
look, every win is crucial. I think wins as a whole, it builds confidence, and cricket is a game about confidence. The
Hmm.
more wins you get under your belt, the more confident the team is. And what I like
Hmm.
about this team is there seems to be a bit of consistency in selection at the moment. They're backing
Hmm.
players, they're backing players, and I know some fans would be disappointed with the likes of Tahir and Faf and AB not being in the World Cup side, but sir, it is what it is. I mean,
Hmm.
I think those players being in the side would have been a bit of injustice to these youngsters that have actually, brought the SA to where they are at the moment as a side
Hmm.
that's competitive. So those were fabulous campaigners for us in the past, but I think times have changed now, and I think you've got to back this
Yeah.
team, and things can only get better from here. Cricket is a game where, as I said, it's all about confidence, and the Proteas are a team that thrives on confidence. I think
Hmm.
when momentum is on their side, they perform very well. So momentum is on their side at the moment, and I
Yeah.
can't wait for that opening game against the Aussies on the 23rd of October. I'm going to be wearing my Proteas jersey that day, and I'm going to be rooting. That's a game I can't wait for on the 23rd of October against the
Yeah,
old
man.
foes. Australia.
And I never thought I'd ever say this, especially against Australia, but I think they are for the taking, eh? I think with our form, I think we should be, yeah, I think they are for the taking Australia, so we should win that. But though I don't want to put the jinx on us, but I would say that they are for.
Look, Australia haven't played good T20 cricket this year. And I agree with you. They are there for the taking. It's just about how we can perform on the day. We just need to
Hmm.
execute our skills. And if we execute our
Yeah.
skills, I think we go a long way to winning that match. So yeah, let's see how it happens. But I mean, tournament cricket is pressurizing, and it comes down to pressure at the end of the day. I mean, you might not get the best performance on the day, but it's all about getting over the line, which counts. So
Yeah.
I don't need to see any flashy, fancy wins. As long as you win the game, that's all that
Yeah.
matters in tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually on a final note, it's good to see Keshav captaining. I was always vouching for him. I don't know if you remembered when I was saying that he should captain, even though he was captaining on a part-time basis. But I really hope that he does get a captain one day on a full-time, but I don't think it'll ever happen because of transformation reasons. Don't want to get into that too much. But yeah, I mean, I like Bavuma. He's a good dude, but I prefer Keshav more. That's just my
Yeah,
little
I mean,
take
look,
on it.
I mean, you're talking about transformation. I mean, Keshav is part of the transformation
Yeah,
policy as well.
fine.
So I
Fine.
don't see a reason why
But I feel,
he
but I
can't get
feel, but I feel he's a better cricketer though. But he's a better cricketer though than Bavuma. Fine, I got a little controversial there. I apologize. I like Bavuma. He's a good dude. I mean, he done very well, I think, in the Test team compared to the ODI. That's why I thought he would have always been the captain of the Test team, and then you would have had maybe Keshav maybe on the one day side. But then I think Elgar was always going to be the favorite. But anyway, that's a different. Yeah.
look. I think Elgar is quite settled for the Test team. I think he's the
Yeah.
perfect foil for, and I
Yeah.
like the way he's actually galvanized this Test team in a way. I like his
Mm.
brand of
Mm.
cricket. It's a it's trying to
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of
Old fashioned, you know.
uh,
Yeah.
bring
Grind
opposition
teams
down.
down. Old fashioned.
I quite
Yeah.
like it.
Old
I quite
fashioned.
like it. Bavuma, as you say,
Yeah.
he's a good bloke. Very very cool customer on the field. So I quite like him in the team, and obviously we missed him in that ODI side in the series, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
At least, I guess that's
And
a good thing. At least we know we have a backup captain in Keshav. So if Bubam is injured, we don't have to worry. Keshav's doing a great job. But I think Keshav
absolutely, and
probably,
and and, and let's. I mean,
yeah,
Keshav is the vice captain, so I mean he can obviously take the realms at any time. So
yeah,
yeah, find some depth, for a change in the Protea setup. which is pleasing to see.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, imagine a pace nation has now become more spin friendly. It's good. It's good to have variety, I guess.
It's a times, mate. It's a
Yeah.
times. Spinners are
Okay.
taking all the wickets these days.
Yeah, I guess it helps when you're playing on the subcontinent. So, yeah. Okay. So let's get to the IPL, the most much awaited discussion now. I think tomorrow is Mumbai against CS. This is a lovely one. I think I was watching this thing on Crickbuzz this day, and Joy and then Gaurav Kapoor. I mean, I think they were saying the venue there would be suiting Mumbai a bit more compared to Chennai, where the pitches there were really, to put it politely, challenging. So I feel that Mumbai, I think, will win tomorrow. I think they're much more settled, and I think most of the good players are probably going to be. I think they're fit actually. I think Hardik Pandya might be doing a bit of bowling. So I think yeah, Mumbai will be the team to beat, I guess, tomorrow.
Probably the standout fixture, North versus South battle this. And look, I think CSK would probably want to get some revenge here because I think they were disappointed in the way they performed against MI in the last game. So I think CSK do have something up their sleeves tomorrow. If I want to put it
Yeah.
into kind words, yeah. But I mean,
Mm.
it's going to be a fierce battle, North versus South, I say. And
Okay.
I think the team that actually bats first would probably win this
Hmm.
game because I think the spinners will come into the game, towards the latter stages. So yeah, I think batting
Yeah.
first, but I'm gonna give this one to CSK. I got a sneaky feeling that they're gonna bounce
Okay.
back tomorrow. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. I think Mumbai have a good history in the UAE. That's why I also picked them to, win. And I think the pitches there are a
Yeah,
bit more true. I don't think they'll only be spin friendly. I think they'll have a bit of balance between the pace bowlers and the spinners. I think that's where Mumbai also score. But yeah, I think if CSK bat very well, I think they make enough runs and the opening bowlers do a decent job, then yeah, anything can happen. So I like
look,
Mumbai too.
I
Yeah, yeah.
think I think the one thing in obviously CSK's favor is the batting. I think the batting was superb,
Yeah.
especially
Much
Faf.
improved.
Faf has been
Yeah.
sensational in the CPL
Yeah.
as well. I mean, he's been hitting runs for and he just scored a century as
Okay,
well in the
so I guess
CPL
we
tournament. So he's superb.
yeah, I'm just trying to find the next. Okay, so we get to the next one. I think it's my team against your team. RCB versus KKR. I think the
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, they're playing in Abu Dhabi. The KKR versus RCB. Yeah, and Abu Dhabi. What's your thoughts on the venue? And obviously, I know you're gonna pick I mean, you're gonna pick RCB to win, but what's your thoughts on the venue?
Yeah, Abu Dhabi is a bit of a tricky venue. Hey, I think of all the venues, I think Abu Dhabi is probably the most challenging. I think Sharjah is actually good for betting, and Dubai as well. Abu Dhabi, it's a bit of a low scoring ground. So I think KKR, they started the tournament quite badly, and I
Hmm.
think the last game that they played, they did win. I think it was against Sunrisers. Oh, I just can't remember the team that they beat. Who was it? Can you help me out there?
Yeah, sure. I'll just try and go through the results section. Yeah, that should actually I'm actually trying to go through my site. All right, it's fine whilst that is happening. I will be patriotic and say KKR will win, but it won't be easy. And also, they need to win because if they don't start winning, they won't naturally be in the top four. And I know that
Yeah,
those
look.
three, yeah,
I mean, I hate to burst your bubble, but I just feel that KKR, the team has been a bit inconsistent in terms of who's coming in, who's coming on. I think KKR have got to find a balance. They've got to pick a team that they back, and they've got
yeah,
to back that team, right to the end now. RCB
yeah,
is a lot more settled, and
yeah.
I just feel RCB will edge this one year. I just feel they're going to edge this one. But I think
Actually,
most players are.
yeah, you see, KKR played against Daredevil and they didn't win the last match. They actually lost quite badly by 7 wickets. And that was in Ahmedabad. So but I think the game they probably did win last time was probably against Punjab, but that was like the
Kings.
second last match.
That's correct. That's the one. That is the one. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
the
that
one that they
was,
did win, and they win it quite comfortably as well.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Punjab has been a side that really been one of the giant killers. They've beaten quite a few big teams in this tournament. So
Mm, mm.
they're
Yeah, I
the
think they
side that
also, yeah.
you got to be very
I would be
on
very
them because they
surprised though if Punjab make it to the top four. I would actually, and I know you'll laugh, but I expect my team to probably make it in top four more than Punjab, especially if my team actually get it right. It's more about mind over matter. I think
absolutely,
if they apply their mind.
absolutely.
So yeah, I think so. Even if it means they beat your team to start off that campaign, then so be it.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I think the one team that's really in trouble at the moment is Sunrisers. I think it's been a season to forget for them. And look, I mean, I'm just looking at the last IPL game that there was. I think it was like you said. I think it was Delhi against KKR, and was it Delhi against Punjab? I just can't
Yeah,
recall, but
I think Sunrisers. I
time
think
ago.
Sunrisers would have to win. Like, I think they'd have to win all their games to probably stand a chance of qualifying, or they'll have to
To
probably
make a
win
chance of
about.
getting to the playoff, all order.
Yeah, because even
Uh,
if they win 5 out of 7, I think let me just look at the table actually because yeah, the table kind of gives me an idea because they've been pretty, with due respect, they've been dismal,
it's a
and I think
precarious
that's me putting
position
it
for them.
polite.
It's very precarious.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
in the
they
moment.
actually on 2 points. They're actually on 2 points, and I think they play. Yeah, they have to they're playing 7 matches. They've got the lost the remaining 7 matches because each team plays 14 matches in total. So now they have 7 matches. So basically, if they win 5 matches out of 7, that's 10 plus 2, that's 12. No, they won't qualify because of net run rate purposes, I think. So they'll have to win all their matches. Six out of Actually, no, if they win 6 matches out of 7, they might send half a hope of qualifying. But that's kind of unrealistic. So let's just say they're out in advance.
Okay, my prediction at the moment, I don't feel that the top four is going to change anytime soon.
Okay.
But I think the wild card team is definitely KKR. KKR can definitely make a push for that playoff spot. So they definitely the
Okay.
wild
Yeah.
card team of the
Which
teams.
wildcard team? Which team?
KKR is definitely the wild card
Oh,
team that can make the playoffs.
okay.
Just on the basis of experience and stuff. But I don't see the top four moving, changing that much at the moment. But cricket's a funny game, eh? Cricket is a
Yeah.
funny game, and the IPL is a funny tournament as well. So
Yeah. If it's
anything
not,
can change. But
yeah.
uh,
It's all. I hate to say it because I have to be probably practical. I think it could be KKR, Punjab, and Rajasthan roll the wild cards. The last team is. I would probably if Punjab make it a playoffs. I would probably take my head off to them. And if they also win the tournament, I will really literally faint and laugh my head off.
absolutely, I second you on that.
Mm. Okay, so let's finalize these predictions. Okay, so I'm okay. I guess we have a difference of opinion, yeah. So I'm going for Mumbai to win tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go for KKR because I'm a KKR fan, and I know you going for Chennai and RCB. Am I correct?
I'm going CSK and I'm going RCB. Those are my two predictions.
Okay, I think that's pretty much a wrap, unless you got any further. views?
Yeah, look, I think Delhi has just got to be wary. I think they obviously uh, last tournament they ended up losing a lot of games towards the end, and they had to win their last game to just solidify that third spot. So KKR for me is probably the one side that can pose a threat to the top four, I would say. Rajasthan, they do play well in patches, but they just seem to lack that consistency, I feel. And Sunrisers and Kings 11, well, you can literally I don't think you can really give them much of a chance of making the playoffs at the moment. So I'd say KKR is still the wildcard team, and to an extent Rajasthan, if they really
I think if you can remember, I don't know if you can remember last time the IPL was in the UAE, Punjab were unlucky in one of their matches because of some short run call, and I think if that didn't go against them, I think they could have had a chance of really being in that playoffs. That's why I thought they could still be part of the wild card. And plus, they're going to a country where they've had good memories. Fine, they didn't qualify, but they did well in a way. So I think if you're going to a different environment, you could work to their advantage. And I think, it'll be a different IPL. I mean, the venues will be a lot better than Chennai, that's for sure. And Delhi's playing at Sunrisers. And Delhi's playing at Sunrisers in Dubai. I think that will suit Delhi to the T. So I think I'll be very surprised if Delhi don't beat Sunrise. I think they'll be pretty much confirming the qualification already should they beat Sunrisers, unless I'm wrong. I mean, you could say they're 99.9% confirm the qualification.
I would think teams that are on probably 10 points at the moment are literally 2 games away from qualifying. I would say two or three games away, because if you got at the moment, I think 14 points can give you a playoff spot. So
they're
making the
playoffs at the moment, and they have a very good net run rate, 0.54 should they win, which I expect on whichever day. I think it's on Tuesday. I think that's 0.54. If they win, that will boost the net run rate. They're on 14 points. It'll be very unlikely they don't qualify. Yeah. But then hypothetically, if KKR did qualify, which team do you think it'll be at the expense of?
Ooh, that's a tough one, hey? Look, at the moment, like I said, it's going to take a Herculean effort to even get there. So I think it's all starting at the moment, but I would think it's between Mumbai and KKR if you have to say.
I knew you would say that.
Because Mumbai were a bit slow off the block. So I think that's it cost them from being at the top of the standings at the moment, where they lying fourth at the moment, which is not too bad, but I mean there's teams that are still can sneak above them if they do slip up. So it's been a strange tournament for Mumbai. Really, really strange tournament for Mumbai.
Yeah, but I think they were at a bit of a disadvantage. They were playing in conditions that don't suit them, and yet I think they were able to get points from matches they probably didn't deserve to win but their bowling was awesome. They really bailed them out. And I think this time around, they're playing in conditions that are really suiting them to the T. So I think I'll be very surprised if they don't win much. I'll be very surprised if everything doesn't function for them. I think they'll be fine. Actually, don't laugh, but I think KKR could sneak in past Chennai, because I don't think these conditions suit Chennai. That's just my opinion. So I think if maybe Mumbai beat Chennai, then I think it makes it easier probably for KKR to get into the game. Because Chennai has 10 points, Mumbai will be on 10 points, and I think but Chennai's got a very good net run rate, so it'll be tricky for KKR either way if it's between Chennai and them because of net run rate purposes.
Yeah, it's going to be riveting stuff. It's really, really going to be riveting stuff towards the end, and obviously it's going to be put all together in 3 weeks. So games have been coming thick and fast.
Yes, double headers will be happening. Definitely not this weekend, but the following weekend. And
That's
God bless the team playing. And I think I feel sorry for the team. They'll be bowling in heavy conditions, heat waves, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Phew, that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it like that, but anyway, that's their issue. So I think that's pretty much it. We shall catch up again soon.
Chat to you soon, Sid, and enjoy the cricket. Cheers.
You too.